Now, none of this has any bearing on the review that is forthcoming for the Rodecaster Pro 2. I have found some things both good and bad. And honestly, you might want to get subscribed if you aren't already, so you don't miss that. Wow, I have been absolutely swamped with messages from people, all complaining about the Rodecaster Pro 2 for a bunch of reasons. And while I can't respond to them all, at least I can say this. Pre-ordering is dumb, because pre-ordering makes you an early adopter, and those are the de facto guinea pigs, beta testers, whatever you want to call them. But instead of the company paying you to test their product, you jump at the chance to get it first. And in doing so, well, this kind of stuff happens. And it's why I'm getting bombarded by people that can't understand why they got a lemon, and the company isn't responding. So let's talk about that. All decent reviewers will tell you right away, wait for the reviews before you buy. Now, of course, there are plenty of people out there that refuse to listen to this logic, and for the most part, as long as you aren't opening your day one copy of No Man's Sky, generally they're all right. But early adopters have their title because it isn't always all right. You see, companies like Rode create their products in a very static and clean atmosphere. For instance, most of the time they test run on the exact same hardware throughout the whole build, so if the product doesn't like playing with AMD CPUs and it was only tested on Intel's, well, the company won't figure that out until the first person on Team Red complains. And here's the worst part. Especially with a massive launch like the Rodecaster Pro 2, the company isn't focused on using their infrastructure to refill orders from the 2% that were defective. Sure, the tech support lines are open, but most of the techs haven't even come across these problems yet either, not to mention finding the actual fixes to them. It's the perfect shitstorm, and it's very much unique to the ever so unlucky few that braved the odds and dropped their money down on that shiny new toy. And you are left with a dead unit, or perhaps just an underwhelming piece of tech that seems to mock you if you stare at it too long. And all this after that massive investment. It sucks. The worst part is that it will be months before companies start offering up gear swaps for those defective ones. Also, during this time, they're counting on their tech support to fix these issues so they can fix it for everyone, not just you. So as an early adopter, I'm sorry to say this, but you're stuck holding your expensive paperweight. So then what can we do, Aiden? Well, trust reviewers and stop trusting companies, even the good ones. Remember, companies don't care about you. They care about your money because they are companies. And while this problem is not specific to just the Rodecaster or the Revelator, it is a constant concern for early adopters that just can't wait and are pulled in by the hype. Us reviewers are the middlemen between you and the companies. We're here to keep them honest, and good companies know this, which is why the Tom Bucks of the world get the units way before anyone else. And yeah, there may be some issues, but before you pull the trigger, wouldn't it be great if you let one of us experience that problem first? Or maybe it saves you the disappointment of finding out that shiny new toy is actual crap. That's what we're here for. Let us do our job. And if you aren't the type that is swayed by my sweet words, well, good person, I guess I'll see you in the comments. Now, none of this has any bearing on the review that is forthcoming for the Rodecaster Pro 2. I have found some things both good and bad. And honestly, you might want to get subscribed if you aren't already, so you don't miss that. Cheers, and thanks for listening to me rant.